What's up guys, it's Lord Botha here back with another video. I've been out for a little while because I've been sick, but while I was out I was reading some of the headlines and I knew I was going to have to make this video when I got back. Because this is another dizzying headline about Amazon's DC project, Batman the Cape Crusader. This article entitled, Batman the Cape Crusader introduces gender swap penguin, internet says go woke, go broke.
You serious?
And of course in the picture you can see there the female gender swapped penguin. A major twist awaits DC fans in upcoming animated superhero series Batman Cape Crusader. Cast and creative team of the Prime Video series marked their attendance at San Diego Comic-Con, unveiling gender swap for one of the most iconic Batman villains in Bruce Wayne's mythology. That's right, Penguin is going to be a woman in this series.
Yes.
Because I'm sure everybody was always wondering, man, I wonder what Penguin would be like if he was a chick. We shouldn't spend any more time on these female villains that we already have, or perhaps even writing new female villains. Batman's certainly been around for a long time without introducing a lot of new villains. There's definitely room to add new villains to his moniker. But no, instead we're just going to gender swap. I honestly shouldn't really be surprised at this. This show is also the one that's going to give us Asian Harley Quinn in a yellow costume, and a black Jim Gordon, which on its own, who really cares? But the problem more is it seems like they took a white Jim Gordon drawing and just colored him in darker. Also, it's very clear that there are two sides of Amazon right now. There's the one side that makes the Terminal List and Reacher and Clarkson's Farm. Everything good at Amazon. And then there's the other side which makes stuff like Rings of Power.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
And Wheel of Time. With all the identity politics that's clearly laden in here, this was clearly given to the latter side. The series reimagines the Penguin as a woman voiced by Oscar nominee Minnie Driver, best known for Good Will Hunting. For you Gen Zers out there who don't know what Good Will Hunting is, it was a movie in which Matt Damon plays a blue-collar math genius who gets a job at a university while also having to go through his trauma with a therapist. And Minnie Driver plays the Harvard girl that he's banging, who he then abandons high-paying jobs in mathematics to go chase after in the end. The gender-swapped supervillain is named Oswalda Cobblepot, a female incarnation of Oswald Cobblepot. Because you see there, because we did the Latin thing where we put the A at the end of the word, which makes it feminine in most languages, right? We didn't try to get creative beyond making this character just a woman at all. We could have, as writers, thought of, maybe we should take a different take on this character, maybe we should give it a bit different backstory, maybe we should put some actual work into creating and developing a new iteration of the Penguin, who is also a woman. We could do that, or we could take somebody else's ideas and just slap a vagina on it.
Extra primo good, Mr. Kolvansat.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the lazy approach. Unhappy fans label Penguin's gender swap as woke disaster. DC fans seem unhappy with the recent change in the upcoming Batman series. Some view the new Bender characters as woke choices, while others accuse creators of creative bankruptcy. Well, that's because, as I just stated, they would be right on both accounts. They both want to push an agenda while also being too creatively bankrupt to actually come up with their own characters. It's why they're doing this in an established media already. They're taking something that we know and love, strapping their small-minded little agenda ideas on it, because they know we'll look at it because it has things that we loved on it, and then sending it along the pipeline for us to view. There are changes, which didn't have any real effects on the characters, unless they decide to give Penguin a backstory of her and Bruce went to boarding school together, and Bruce would never go out on a date with her, because he didn't want to mess around with some fat, genderqueer, pansexual girl. If they did that, there would be a significant difference. One in the wrong direction, from my opinion. But the truth is, it wouldn't actually have any significant change in the character at all. They're just doing it to say they did it. And after they do it, if it's a success, like I said, they'll claim that their changes had made the show better. But the truth is, it didn't. All it did was annoy the normies having to see this agenda put in their media once again, and annoy comic book fans because you're not giving us comic book accurate characters. All it is just virtue signaling to your own crowd. We've seen that in other shows and other media that has copied this kind of formula, and we will continue to see it. Calling out the creators of the series, a DC fan wrote on X, "Instead of making every other male character a woman, why don't you write better female characters?" Like I said. Another wrote, "I feel this way about all types of Bender characters. Why not, instead of changing race, gender, identity, pre-existing characters, why not create interesting new ones?"
How do you like them apples?
Unless, of course, it's the point to piss people off, in which case, good job, lol. "Get woke, go broke," said an ex-user, citing that Disney suffered a setback in an attempt to be woke. "It's an Amazon show, people. It's all corporate nonsense. What did you expect?" wrote another disappointed fan. Minnie Driver admits some fans might not like a female Cobblepot, but she believes the character still captures the true spirit of the Penguin. Well, of course she's going to say that. She got paid to play the character, and she probably needs the paycheck. The fact that I had to explain who Minnie Driver was and what Good Will Hunting was probably makes it pretty clear that she hasn't done much of note other than that. If we're lucky enough to be invited onto the stage to inhabit these characters that already exist in the ether, and of course Minnie Driver says onto the stage because she comes from that Shakespearean thespian background, where everything's dramatized and is about stage. Clearly the best pick to play Oswald Cobblepot. Sorry, Oswalda Cobblepot. Didn't mean to dead name her. We just sort of rise up to meet them, and this was such a beautiful retelling of that villain. It was joyful, and I mean she's dreadful, says Driver, reported by Variety. I don't think this show is going to be that successful. People were trying to give it breaks, I think, but it's made it very apparent now with a third strike that it's going down the woke DEI path. And it's clearly going to be agenda focused, and they just cannot help themselves but put their beliefs into the media. And they don't understand that these kinds of projects aren't guaranteed success already. Bo DeMeo, the head writer for X-Men 97, put aside his beliefs and identity to actually make a good X-Men series. But even then, the show wasn't successful. And it wasn't because of all the controversy that surrounded it and him getting fired and all that and the OnlyFans and etc. etc. It was because, honestly, normies were just checked out. They didn't have that much interest in watching an animated X-Men series based upon a cartoon from the 90s. Just like I don't think a lot of normies will be checked in to watch a Batman show that's based off of an animated show from the 90s and early 2000s. And that's before you add this woke DEI stuff into it. But that's just my thoughts on the subject. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it. And we'll talk to you again later.